Hey guys, Whitney here. Just dropping in real quick because you will hear me talk about all four skulls will be in the same video. What happened was while I was recording them, they did turn out to be very long for each skull, and I didn't want to cut too much because there was a lot of information and a lot of details that I showed you guys. So you will see them in four different videos going forward. So this is just part one of four. It's just the pink skull. You will have three more additional videos. I will make a playlist and put that in the description of each video for you guys going forward. So enjoy, have fun, and happy crafting, guys. Talk to you later.
Okay guys, here's our little lot. I got four skulls here. We got the green, pink, or black, and then two regulars. I'm going to do some pretty cool stuff. This guy right here, I'm going to use these little sticks that I got off of Amazon. Those are in my Amazon link below. These are just these little wooden craft sticks. I want to make some sort of craft clown. I'm going to crown. I'm going to make some sort of crown on the top of here. I want it to kind of come up to a point and then come down almost like a princess. We'll see how that one goes. This one I'm going to use all kinds of neons. Preview here, guys, neons. I'm going to also put some metallic gold accents on the front. And then I got this little bag of goodies here from Amazon also. Little cog wheels, and there's some skulls and some hands, some skeleton hands in there and stuff like that. But I really thought the cog wheels were really cool, very steampunk. So I'm going to do like a neon steampunk thing on this one. There might be a mohawk, who knows. We'll see how this one goes. This one's going to be our little punk one. This one's going to be our crazy guy. This one's going to be very pink and girly. This one was a bit of a challenge with the paint, but I think I like what happened here. And then also, this is a Dollar Tree pumpkin, guys. I painted it with black paint also in gray. And then we're going to put this girl right here, right on top. So this one has a little bit of a pedestal, pumpkin pedestal, the best kind of pumpkin pedestal. And this girl right here, this full-size skull here, we're going to do a nice little pumpkin pipberry type crown with some very pretty orange, yellowy. Look at these daisies. Look how cute these are. These daisies and some roses. And then I'm going to stick some navy blue accents in there with these guys here. Check that out. So we're going to do like a yellowy navy blue. So it's going to be a little bit kind of almost like a celestial, not celestial, nature-y type of, skull. Two things that don't belong together, which I absolutely think should go together. If you think it doesn't belong together, try it. I have a feeling everything today is going to look great and just completely not normal, which is basically what I like to do. Anybody know what movie this is from? Anyways, all right, guys, let's get started. Each one of these I'm going to do in their own little segment. Okay, guys, so first things first, I'll just show you real quick the painting I did. Now, this was an off-camera project because I'm not that experienced with painting, and this does look like a hot mess, I think, but I'm really liking the pink that's showing through here. I didn't want to put pink on the pumpkin because I felt like that's just going to be too much of an identical thing going on because we're going to put some stuff around here. So what I had to do was, I knew I wanted to paint one pink. I go to my acrylics. I got no pink paint. So I took, if you guys want to know, I took an apple barrel white and a Craft Smart bright red. And I had to do a little bit of experimentation and mix and mix and mix until I got that. Almost, we call this Pepto-Bismol. You guys tell me. I got a pink that I was happy with. It's a very pretty girly pink. And then, of course, I had to keep mixing it because, well, I wanted to paint that night. And I didn't want to go to the store. And everything was really late. All the craft stores were closed. So it is what it is. So I basically mixed that myself. I've since bought some pink paint, guys. But it's just a pretty powdery pink underneath there. That's what I wanted to show through a little bit. Just a little bit of pink. Just enough of pink. Because I still wanted to be somewhat dark, but girly. Let's call this girly dark. How's that? And then basically the pumpkin was painted black with my black Craft Smart paint. And then I used this silver gray Craft Smart paint over it in a dry brush type thing. Everything was done with one of these things, guys. One of these little, you can get these at the dollar store, you can get these at Michael's, you can get these anywhere. So this was all just this paint, paint, paint. So it took 2 coats of pink, 2 coats of black. And then the rest of this was a lot of smearing and, just taking it and going over pieces here, making sure I'm trying not to cover. And then at some point, I'm just jamming things together. But it's all like a dry brush technique. So I made sure that this was pretty much dry. I had a big piece of paper here, so if I had too much paint on it, I was kind of like wiping it off. And then just all pretty much, it was big smear mess is what that was. All I was doing was smearing it. So when in doubt, guys, smear it, okay? My lovely tips from Whitney Lucas. When in doubt with paint, just smear it. See what happens. So that's that, and I just put that to the side. What I need to do before, when we assemble this girl, is everyone knows these dollar store pumpkins. If you're not familiar, the Dollar Tree pumpkins look like this. I like to call this the most beautiful shade of construction orange. Very, you know, stings the eyes. That's what they look like beforehand. So they're very, very light, and they're also hollow. So this is going to have some flowers on top. I don't know how top heavy it's going to be, but obviously this is going to tip over very, very easily. And there's her underside. See how pink she was? Very pink, very pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top off of this, but we're putting it back on, so don't worry. So I'm going to cut a very small hole, okay? And just bear with me. There's a method to my madness. I'm trying to be as neat as possible because this stuff sheds pretty badly. So I'm just going to cut a hole, and we're going to put, oh Lord, please come back to me. Come on. See how hollow? See that? This is a hole, you guys. I put skewers in these when I was painting them, if you can see this way. I skewered it this way and I held it. Obviously, it stuck a lot better, so I was kind of like this. See how I stuck the skewer in? This is a kitchen skewer, so you can see the paint on it when I painted my black skull. I skewered these. I painted them upside down first, then right side up. And if you can see here, I have a piece of masking tape on. This came out of like a packaging of an appliance or something I bought. I save everything, you guys, and I'm pretty sure y'all do too, because we're all the same. So what I did was after I skewered it, I kind of just stuck it in here like this and let it dry, because everything took about 2 coats. So while this one was drying, I was painting this girl right here, and then while she was drying, I was painting this one, and then doing some more, you know, smearing and double coating technique here and there. So that's how that was painted, just to give you a little insight. So what I need to do here is, they're very, very light, okay? So an explosion of pink flowers. These are very light, so this is a bag of decorative accent stones from Dollar Tree, okay? You don't need to spend a lot of money. Go out to your yard, grab some rocks, find something to weigh this thing down. If you have a lot of extra, like, glass beads, whatever you got, throw it in there. We need to weigh the pumpkin down before we put everything else on top to give it some sort of, to give it a little bit of something, you know? Otherwise, she's going to fall over. Nothing more frustrating than that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shoot some glue in here, all different ways. I mean, you can cut the hole bigger if you want, guys. It's not, you know, it's not going to be any kind of big deal, because we are going to cover this whole entire thing with flowers. Not anything we can't, you know, hide. Try to be careful because I have a hole down here at the bottom, and I think my glue is going to pop through that. No, it's not. So then I'm just going to sprinkle these rocks inside here. And trust me, it's perfect, actually. You should see they all hit glue, and then I'll put some more glue on top, just in case, because we don't want to hear anything rattle around. And this literally is probably more than enough weight. I put a small handful in, probably about that much is what I put in there. You can get those polished rocks that people put inside arrangements and stuff like that. Nothing detrimental if you can peek inside there. You see all the glue and the rocks. That's really about all we really want to do. And then we're going to put this right back on top. If it will go. I mean, a tight fit's good, because that means Again, this is all going to get covered up, guys, so no worries of how, you know, massively sloppy it looks right now. I'm just going to tap it back down in there. I'm like, it doesn't matter, and I'm all trying to make it even. You guys, it doesn't matter. We're going to cover it up, and I'm pulling it back up to make it even. So there, covered it back up, closed the hole back in. No biggie. So now this has a decent amount of weight. You guys can't tell, but this is definitely a lot heavier. So that's that small little tip or trick, you guys. Weigh it down with something. I've used glass beads in the past for different arrangements if the item is just way too light. But you always have to think about, if you're going to be building up on a project, you don't want it to tip over, because that is the worst thing ever, is because then dismantling something that's just absolutely gorgeous kind of hurts your soul. So next thing we're going to do is, I want to mount this pretty girl. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a couple leaves around here, because I know, let me show you real quick. When we put our skull on top, see that? We got massive little peekaboo holes through the side of it. Okay? Right here, right there, big time, right? So that's how we're gonna try to solve this problem with flowers and leaves and stuff. I'm not gonna use ribbon on her, but we are going to have ribbon definitely make appearance in the other skulls. It's definitely going to occur. So actually, I'm just going to pull the leaves off. I don't need to clip anything here. I want to try not to use the really big ones because I want the pumpkin to still be seen. So this particular, again, sorry I mentioned you guys, all these flowers and stuff, I'm going to use pink. These are all remnants and leftovers from old projects. You guys, I know we all have a stash. We all have leftovers sitting and just collecting dust. So I was trying for a few of these. Now, I did go out and buy some new stuff for different ones, especially for the yellow one with all the daisies and stuff. That one's gonna be gorgeous. I did buy some new picks for that. But this stuff, if you can get away with it, guys, go to your stash and see what you got and see what we can, see if you're gonna be able to just, throw some things around on a budget. All these skulls here are from Michael's. They were 40% off, I believe, but they're about, every single one of them was $7.99 each. So even the big one, the full skull, $7.99. And then if you can see here, this one does not have a bottom jaw. Half skull, all of them $7.99. I had a few of these in my stash from years back because I constantly purchase them. I love them for decorating when I used to do a lot of Halloween stuff. But they're all $7.99 each, so I've already spent a little bit of money on these guys here if you're trying to deal with a budget. If budget's not an issue for you, have at it. I'm still using the Dollar Tree pumpkin because I absolutely love them since I discovered them this year, and I don't know why I've never known about them. Apparently this is a yearly thing, you guys. Yes? No? Tell me. Everyone knows Dollar Tree's not my favorite, but apparently I'm coming around that bend. I'm thinking you guys might be seeing a few extra Dollar Tree things here and there. So I know, I know all you Dollar Tree lovers are going to be extremely happy about that. So what I'm going to do here is try to see my placement on here. Let's see, should I put these on first or last? Excuse me, guys. Let me just mess around with a few things here, guys, and see if I like what I like. See, this is just to hide some holes, really. That's why I'm using a bigger flower here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and kind of cut most of the back end off of them, if I can. Might have to use scissors because it's actual material. Yep. I don't want them shooting across it too far. Let's see if I can pull that off there. Just cutting the tips off of here real quick. And then I'm going to use my glue gun and kind of just set that one in there. And this I'm going to kind of glue down the pumpkin. Let's do this. So you can kind of see. I'm going to take the spine of the leaf and lay it in that glue that I kind of pressed down in there. It's getting a little warm, so let's just hold it down with our scissors. I have this silicone mat stuff here. You see the silicone mat I have for here? It came with these little doohickeys that you can press into. Here we go. Is that it? Okay, so it came with these little finger guards here, but I don't use them. Apparently there's a pair of tweezers with silicone on them. I don't use those either. But I had a little spatula. Oh, here we go. Came with a little spatula and like a little silicone stick. And a lot of times those are really easy to use because literally even if you're sticking it into the glue comes right off of it. So do you see how that one I kind of glued down onto the pumpkin so it kind of doesn't stick straight out? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for it almost like it's grown off of the side of the pumpkin. So there's one here. And all I'm doing is checking where my piece is going to be over on this side, sort of, kind of. Again, all eyeball it, guys, because even after you place these guys on there, you're going to have ample room and opportunity to still cover any holes. It's almost like building a topiary from the ground up. So we're going to just build this ground piece here to make sure that we can keep things covered. We don't want the behind the scenes showing, you know. Stuck my finger in that one, guys. You guys ever watch all kinds of YouTube? I've been watching so many YouTube videos, and I've been looking on Pinterest. I've been doing all kinds of stuff, getting super motivated and inspired. And I specifically didn't look up any skulls because I didn't want to be persuaded any other opposite way. I also didn't want to copy anyone, but also I don't really think we can copy each other, guys. Even if someone bought the identical supplies that someone else used, that person possesses a different talent than the original, you know? And I guess what we do, we're not doing anything different, you know? We're all doing glue and florals and ribbons, oh my, you know? So, by all means, you guys, this is what I'm doing it for. I'm putting a YouTube video out here showing you what I'm doing so you guys can then too either make it yourself or at least be inspired or give you some ideas. And, you know, hell, you may even come up with something better and cuter, and then we'll all learn from that and we'll all go from there. So it's like, that's how we all get through this stuff, you guys. That's how we get through this damn quarantine. Let's all just inspire each other and have fun. Let's just inspire each other and have fun. Okay, so now I got my leaves on. All right, if you guys can tell here, I got my leaves on. So what I need to do is I'm going to put some skewers in the skull itself in the front and the back, and we're going to place those into the pumpkin here. Now again, hollow pumpkin. And guess what I'm using, guys? I'm using takeout chopsticks, because if you order, you know, you have, I don't know, about 1,000 million of these. Or if you throw them away, stop doing that, save them. They are sterile and food quality, so why not use them in your crafts? So again, reuse chopsticks. If you don't have chopsticks, use kitchen skewers, which already come pointy. I have those too. Or use stem clippings, the wire clippings from your stems here. You can get the real big thick ones from the longer stems. Reuse any of that stuff. I'm not going to go purchase dowels in order just to, you know, use them on something that's so teeny tiny. So obviously you can see here my skewers, or my chopstick skewers, whatever, my wooden apparatus. They're about a decent size, but I don't want them to go all the way through this entire project, if you can see here. You don't want them. They're going to stick through the bottom of the pumpkin and all the way almost to the top of the head. This head is solid. It's styrofoam. This guy's hollow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to cut off, how much is this? About 1.5 inches. But if you see here, guys, I have my wire cutters at a diagonal. So cut that at a diagonal. And we're going to create our own little sharp pick. Okay? And then also this tip is not sharp enough in my opinion. So I'm just cutting the tip of that off. And then try to roughly make them about the same each, just because you may, you know, the pumpkin, we're placing this in the pumpkin on both sides. So what we do is we're going to guesstimate. Definitely want it back here on this piece. So I'm going to start here like this. Put some glue in. Just tap enough glue on it to get it started. I'm going to stick that in about as far as it'll let me. That's about as good as it's going to get. Okay. And actually I have to go down further because it's not going to sit on the pumpkin. So instead of just jamming this thing in here, I'm going to cut it shorter, guys. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait until this one's on here too. Only because I want to cut them even. I'm going to cut them in an even fashion. So I'm going to stick this other one right here. Okay, so that's what the bottom of our skull looks like. See that? That's what we're working with. So if I set this girl here and here, it sticks a little crooked. I'm going to cut about another inch off of this one. And to make this one about the same, we're going to do the exact, this is precise measurement, guys, here. I'm sticking my hand on top of it. That's definitely not even, but whatever, you know. I started out like, dude, it's going to make these so even, you guys. Yeah, who gives? Okay, Whitney. All right, so let's put this on. We're going to use our glue gun on this one because there's no need to, like, you see here, I'm going to place my skewers in the two spots where my leaves weren't. Okay. One in. Back that one out a little bit. Stick that other one in. Perfect. Okay. We got a little bit of the skewer showing back here. Oh, how embarrassing. That's fine. And then this one kind of shows up front too, but again, this isn't anything that we can't stuff some flowers on. Actually, you know what? It's crooked. It's actually really cool like that, isn't it? It looks really cool like this, kind of sticking up, doesn't it? I have an idea. I'm going to leave it like that. So I kind of pushed it through like a kickstand in the front. So it looks horridly ugly. But guess what we're going to do? Ain't no thing because we can't cover it with flowers. Oh yeah. So these bigger flowers here are definitely going on the bottom. Let's pull all these guys off here. I want to kind of refrain from using too much bright green, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to get away with that. So it is what it is. Here's a couple things. This is a new bundle, actually. I just got at Michael's. All their fall was 40% off. Some of it's early fall or late fall. This was early fall, but it was still there. So 40% off of this bundle, and this is all leftovers. You can see half of them have all been picked apart, guys. So I'm gonna leave this little one to put on top here so it kind of ties them all together. But I got 3 big ones to stick under here. I know I'm definitely gonna put one of these things right here. So let's just start layering these things inside here. Now, I'm going to glue the skewers, guys. Don't worry. Don't fret. I'm going to glue the skewers. Obviously, we don't want our skull popping off of here. For sure. Not going to happen. Kind of backed it out a little bit. It was getting really smushed. Best part is that this is all styrofoam, right? So we can use pretty much this whole thing as though it was, you know, the piece that you would put, like, say, like this guy here, like this piece right here that you would put inside your arrangement. So we can use this entire thing as though it is a piece of styrofoam that we would put an arrangement on. That's kind of big. I might want to save that for the top. That's a pretty big flower for that spot there. I need something wide though, so let me grab one of these. See what I can do with this. Sticking out a little bit too far for my taste. So let's see what we can do here. Much happier with that. Okay, so I'm going to glue this back skewer, or the back chopstick. I'm going to I just kind of shot a lot of glue back in there, and then I'm going to stick this leaf right in there like that. And then I already pushed this guy in, but you won't be able to see, I'm going to position my glue gun, and I'm letting gravity help me here. Well, that glue kind of hardens a little bit. Yeah, I definitely want to say that for the top. That's a little bit too big for the bottom. But I could put 2 here on this side. Okay, so what I want to do is I need to put this bundle back together, because I took all of these off of a stem. So the stem that I cut, I'm going to cut another piece off here. And I'm going to thread these guys back onto my cut piece. I'm just making a greenery pick out of it. So I remember I took it off from behind this because it was too full. And I just threaded them all back on. I'll show you in 1 second. I threaded them all back, ow, just poked myself. All back onto a piece that I cut off. It's a really good fit there. And then I'm going to show you real quick. So I've threaded them all back on. You can see here. I literally just placed them all back on. And then there's the tip of the cut piece that I had, right? Okay, so what I do is I'm now going to take my wire cutters, or these are pliers and wire cutters, and I'm going to put a permanent little curl in this so nothing can really bend off of the top. Now the plastic is going to bend. That's kind of a normal thing. But what we're doing is we're creating this little piece here, this bent piece here, that will allow us to not have to fret or worry that all those little plastic pieces we just came on will just thread right off, because there's no flower on the end of that to keep it from doing so. So I'm going to use this one as an extra little boost, and I'm sticking it through here to get to the styrofoam under here. So maybe put some glue on the end of it. And I'm just threading that in there that way. Kind of try to twist it. So I got some greenery popping out, which is what I want. Okay, I'm gonna glue that flower down right there. Put some glue up here, and I'm gonna glue the other last pink one. I have this third one right here to the front. That way I can just hold them together. And we have a combination of a lot of other, you know, pink flowers, guys, to fill in. Because there's some holes here I need to cover, so I could put some more leaves in there possibly. So that's covered up here. Now, there's just little filler stuff here and there, guys, little filler stuff. Let's just put this guy right there next to that one. Just dip that in a little bit, stick it right there next to it. Take this greenery. I know I had some greenery on some other ones. Let's take one of these leaves off of this guy here. It's almost like two arrangements, right? I mean, I've got just a little bit of covering up down here. I'm literally just pulling a lot of stuff apart, guys. Pulling a lot of arrangements, a lot of the little bushes and bundles that you get, pulling them apart, taking your goodies from what you had, and just finding their new home, you know, finding them a good spot. Yep, so we're pretty much just stuffing this thing with flowers so you can't see underneath it. But I kind of like that that turned out that way, that it's now at an angle. That makes me super happy. So I'm going to cover the back real quick. You honestly could just leave it like this, guys. You don't even need to put a flower crown on here, but you know I'm going. You know I can't say no. The word flower and crown. Yeah, can't really say no to that. Did you say flower crown? Sure did. Did you say I'm not going to? No. No. Not possible. This looks way too big, like something exploded out of the back corner of it. It's just too big for the bottom. I don't want it to overpower, so. But I am going to put this thing, like, probably Could also just do like a one little thing over here, almost like they have a flower on the side, and you know, like she's gonna go dance and something like that. I'm just going to commit to this one right here and tell it, and just say I'm going to put this one right here on her head, right in this top corner, because it makes me happy. Bam. I mean, these things are pretty cool. They're just like, wow. Solid styrofoam. And I like the way the leaves on that kind of go change. Yeah. Just making me happy. Sorry, I couldn't help it, guys. Had to put that one in there. So let's... cut one of these guys off here. I'm going to leave all of the things on this stem. Yeah, I'm going to leave all the leaves and stuff on this stem. And hopefully this will just cover up the last piece that I need to put in here. I like that. I don't want to pull it out too far, so I'm going to try to just, yeah. Push the glue there, and then I had these little guys here that I was pulling off. That there, and I'm going to stick this right on top of it. I get a lot of comments that say that you guys want me to leave all this in. Some people don't want me to fast forward. Some people do. You guys tell me. I'm going to probably do a little bit of everything anyways. I just like to know what you guys' preferences are, your thoughts. I really got a lot of feedback on the different formats that some people really enjoyed. The commentary with me, you know, talking over, and I didn't really talk to the video. Some people really wanted me to do it like I'm doing this right here, like as though I'm talking to you, and I'm just basically jibber-jabbering, my favorite word, jibber-jabbering while I'm making it. You guys tell me. One second, my camera messed up. Alright, so camera seems to have messed up a little bit. We'll see if that worked, or it might have just been my Wi-Fi connection for my tablet. We'll see. So far, here's the bottom of it. So flowers, flowers, because who doesn't love flowers? Isn't it pretty? She's so cute. She's so cute. Ignore this. We haven't done this yet. I just couldn't help it. So if you see here, I kind of put it going up at an angle because of that little like, oh, it's crooked. I don't like that. And then now I end up loving it. So let me just make sure that this is sticking. It is not. So let's put a bunch of glue on it and make it stay. Blah. There. Okay. Let me get another glue stick out, guys. Same with this. This one does not seem to have been glued down all the way. I've been watching a lot of videos, and I see people, they do some stuff like, they put like, I guess like a tiny bit of glue right here. And then put it in there, and I guess it glues it to the other glue stick. I don't know. I just push on it, you guys. Is that normal? You tell me. I'm just checking all the rest of my goodies here, making sure they're fastened in there. They're glued down pretty good. They're not all falling out. I'm having a little bit of disconnection. Probably because I didn't stuff these in. I just glued these to the top of the leaves. So, 1 second, guys. Let me hold these in. maybe when you guys are going around, if, you know, should you choose to recreate, use the stems and stick it in the pumpkin. I don't know. Well, sure, it'll be fine after I'm stuffing it with glue right now. Okay. I'm loving every second of this, guys. Next up, I'm going to put the rest of, I'm just going to do literally, probably mostly a circle going around the whole pumpkin. Or, I mean pumpkin. Around the whole skull's head. She's my pumpkin. I'm going to talk about her like she is a pumpkin now. Let's see that. Now remember, these guys here are solid styrofoam, so we can have lots of fun. So since I have a really big flower here, I have 2 more on this bundle. I want to try to even them out on the top of the head. You know what? Or stick them all on one side. So it's either balance it or completely off-center it. Pick one. How do you feel today? Do you still feel balanced? Do you feel off-centered? I feel off-centered, balanced every day of my life, guys. It is called being me. So we could pop another one here. I'm just going to hold these down and pop another one here. You know what, guys? I'm going to probably do something that looks a lot like a corsage, more than likely on the top of her head. What do you think? I think this is turning out so dang cute. Look at it. I'm just holding these other roses on, but geez. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. Seriously. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Do I have anything green I can pop in between? I don't, that's too long. Let's use some more greenery from this one here. I don't want to get away from too much from using the rest of these, all these goodies I had. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, we're going to call this a stash buster. And yes, you should just let, you know, your inspiration take you where you want to go. My inspiration is telling me that it wants me to get rid of this bush because I don't want to put it back in my craft stash. I don't want to look at it any more than I already have. So we're definitely going to put those guys in it. That one's done. Save your greenery, guys. It always comes in handy for, you know, covering up boo-boos. Let's see. I'll put a couple of these in here. This is obviously way too long, but I want to use the pink pieces in it. So this one we're going to pull apart and we're going to use it how we want. So I'm just going to put some glue, stab it in. Put some more glue. Stab that in. There we go. If you don't have the proper leverage to advance it in, grab your pliers or your wire cutters or something, and then just use your force that way because you need more leverage. It wouldn't go in at the angle I had popped it in at, so it is going in just fine now. Look how cute. These other ones I just popped in, I'm only going to put glue on the top because I don't want to advance them back out. I don't want to make the styrofoam holes a little bit. I don't want to make them too big. Or I mean too small. Sorry. Too big. Jeez. And, yeah. So I basically chose to go off center. Shocker, right? Just want it to be a little off balance. Nothing wrong with that. Off balance is my middle name. I know I want to put some of these pink guys in here, so let's see what I'm already working with. Let's take this one. Yeah, I'm going to put this guy literally right up front. So I don't want to try to glue that down and then it pop off like it was below. So I'm going to put it back on the stem, but I'm going to cut it so super short. It's literally just giving me that little bit. So I put a little bit of glue on the end of the stem and I popped it back on there. So do you see how short that is? It's like not even an inch, right? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill this little hole right up front. So see, here's the before. Okay. Gathering all the little petals in my hand as much as I can so I can dip it in my glue pot and get a good amount of glue on that. I'm going to pop that right into her forehead. So it gives a little bit of filler there. A cute little pink guy right up front. Right up front of her forehead. She's so cute. So I'm letting these leaves here kind of make a natural ending to it, but I still have some stuff here I need to hide. So there's the original hole that the, right up here, this is the original hole that the, if you can see that, it's pink. That's the little tag had come on. It was like super annoying. She had a tag and, you know, the little, like you're supposed to hang it up on the shelf, but they were all in a bin anyway, so I'm not really sure what all that was about. So I think I'm going to just push this in here this way so it kind of lays flat, pulls a little bit of interest down to cover some of that top of that stuff there. Not necessarily a crown, I guess, more or less like a head corsage, if that's a thing, whatever. Definitely doing crowns on the other ones, guys, for sure. Well, one of them's getting a mohawk, but the other ones are definitely getting crowns. So this is more or less a little different. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut this a little short, and then I'm going to bend it because I want it to stick in, and then I want this to lay flat. Turning out so pretty. Oh, geez, I love this. It's so dark, but in a girly way. If that's a thing. It's like dark, but in a girly way. Okay. And I gotta glue that one down since I didn't. Oopsie. There's that. just going to do some filler, guys. It's filling in holes. And we're almost done with her. I'm going to cut this leaf off because I don't want it to stick out off the top. And I kind of need the two leaves. I'm actually going to push this one down into the hole that the tag thing was on. I'm going to glue this one into the top of all this greenery right here. So even though it's not touching the skull, it's definitely biting into, the glue's going to bite into almost all those plastic green pieces underneath it. It'll be good to go. And we'll put these little powder pink guys right here. And I think this is it. This should be the last one. I just wanted flowers for this for this pink skull. I just wanted flowers, nothing else. So we got flowers on the pumpkin. And then the other ones will have ribbon and such, but this girl just was gonna be my flower girl. Ooh, geez, look at all those glue boogies. Perfect. So I got a bunch of pinks. I got a bunch of, yeah, this is definitely more like a flower hat more than a crown, but the crowns will definitely be more prevalent on the other ones. So that's it for this girl. I still have a few other things. I could glue this under here. Yeah, I think I will. Just an extra little piece laying there. Why stick it in a bin when I know it matches this project? So I'm just going to put it here. It covers a little bit more of that styrofoam fallout. Some of the styrofoam gets a little scratched. So I just stuck that leaf right under here. That's this last leaf right there. Pull out your glue strings. And there'll be pictures at the end of the video, but check that out, guys. What do you think? What do you think? Isn't she pretty?
All right, so that was the first skull in our 4-part series. You guys see here, this is the pink skull with the pumpkin. The other 3 skulls videos will drop as soon as I'm done editing them, of course. So I will make a playlist for you guys in the description, so you can always reference back to those if you ever wanted to view them again. Again, my Amazon shop for some of the supplies listed in most of these guys will be pinned in the first comment for each video, also in each description. And that's it, guys. I think she turned out great. You guys tell me your opinions, your thoughts, any ideas, suggestions, tips, and tricks. Please feel free to share those below with everyone. We all learn from each other every day. It's a pretty great community we have here. I want to thank you guys for your continued support. You guys make it a lot easier for me to continue doing this, and we'll all have fun together. So until next time, take care. See you guys in the next video, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.